Hi guys. These notes are about stop 2, pit stop B, the sum of angles in a triangle. So before we get started, I'll just draw my little friendly triangle right here. And just a reminder that a triangle has 3 angles. I'll call them A, B, and C. And all 3 angles of a triangle must have a sum of 180 degrees. And so in the first sentence, you have all of the notes that you need right there. So just remember that all 3 angles must have a sum of 180 degrees. Okay, so that means that angle A plus angle B plus angle C from this triangle, the sum of those adds up to 180 degrees. Okay, that's the key part. So let's see how we solve for unknown angles in a triangle. Determine the missing angle. So the first step, this says add the 2 known angles together. So we're going to look at this triangle right here. So we have a triangle with angle 55 degrees, angle 82 degrees, and angle question mark degrees. But we know, because of our line up here, the sum of all 3 angles must be 180. Okay, that's the key. So step 1, add the 2 known angles together. So our 2 known angles are 82 and 155. And if we add those 2 together, we get 137 degrees. So 82 plus 55 is 137 degrees. Okay, step 2, subtract your answer. So here's our answer. So subtract your answer from 180 to find the missing angle. So 180 minus 137, well, let's do that. 180 minus 137. So we're going to make that a 7, so 10. 10 minus 7 is 3. And 7 minus 3 is 4. 1 minus 1 is 0. So the total of 180 minus 137 is 43 degrees. So our question mark angle, our angle right here, the measure of the missing angle is 43 degrees. Okay, add the 2 known angles together. We did that. We got 137. And then, because the triangle altogether has 180, we're going to subtract our answer of the known angles from 180 to find the missing one. 180 minus 137 is 43. Okay, so let's do some exercises. Best way to learn math is to practice, practice, practice. Number 1. Okay, step 1 was to add the known angle. So in this triangle we have 52 degrees. Then we have this symbol in the corner right here, which means that this angle has a measure of 90 degrees. And this angle right here is our question mark. We're going to call him X because the instructions say determine the value of X. So we'll call him X. Step 1 was add the 2 known angles together. So we know 90 and 52. So 90 plus 52 is 142. 142 degrees. And then step 2, subtract our answer from 180. So here's our answer. Minus 142 equals, well, 180 minus 142. Let's do that. 180 minus 142. So 7, this becomes 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 7 minus 4 is 3, 0. And so we have, that answer is 38 degrees. So X equals 38 degrees. Okay? Now, triangle number 2. Here's our triangle. We know it gives us angle A is 65 degrees. Angle C is 30 degrees. And up here, angle B is x. We don't know what that one is, so we're going to solve for x. Step 1, add the two known angles. So 65 plus 30 equals 95 degrees. And step 2, to find the measure of the missing angle, we subtract our answer, minus 95 degrees, from 180. So 180 minus 95, so 180 minus 95, so that becomes 7, 10 minus 5 is 5, 7 minus 9, oh, can't do that, 17 minus 9, well that's 8, so 180 minus 95 is 85 degrees, and so x is our missing angle, x equals 85 degrees. Okay, let's look at example 3. So our triangle, angle A is 38 degrees, angle B is 68 degrees, and angle C is actually an expression that says x plus 2. Okay, well let's think about that for a minute. First thing, step 1 says add our two known angles together. Okay, so 38 plus 68. 38 plus 68. 38, 68. 8 and 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. Plus 6 is 10. So 38 plus 68 is 106 degrees. Okay. Well, now we know we have to subtract that answer to get this angle right here. And we're going to subtract that from 180. That's our step 2. 180 minus this answer, 106, equals the measure of this angle. So 180 minus 106. This is 7, this is 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. 7 minus 0 is 7, and 1, 1. Okay, so 180 minus 176 is 74 degrees. Well, but we're not done yet. The instructions said find the value of x. Okay, well, 74 is the measure of this angle. But this angle has an expression that says x plus 2 equals the measure of that angle, which is 74. And we know how to solve that. First, we're going to split it in half, isolate the variable. The operation between the variable, which is x, and the other stuff is addition. So what's the opposite of addition? Is subtraction. So what are we going to subtract to get x all by itself? Well, we're going to subtract 2. And whatever we do on this side, you have to do the same thing on this side, subtract 2. So now the 2's cancel out, and x equals 74 minus 2, which is 72. Okay, so it's not 72 degrees anymore. We're just going to leave it without that degree symbol. X equals 72. So 74 is the measure of the angle. X is equal to 72. Okay. Number 4. Step 1 says, well, our triangle has an angle of 40 degrees and 65 degrees and 5x. So this angle right here is our missing angle. So we know these two. Step 1 is add the angles we know. Add the two we know. 40 plus 65. And that equals 105. And then step 2 says subtract our answer of 105 from 180. And 180 minus 105 is 75 degrees. And so the measure of this angle right here is 75 degrees. But we're not done, because the instructions say find the value of x. Okay, so we know if this is 75 degrees for the measure, 5x equals 75 degrees. And so we know how to solve this. We're going to split it in half, isolate the variable, and the operation between 5 and x is multiplication. So the inverse operation is division, so we're going to divide both sides by 5. So these turn into 1, and then all we have left over here is x. X equals 75 divided by 5. Top in, bottom out. 5 goes into 7 one time, and we subtract and we get 2, bring down the 5. 5 goes into 25 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25, 0. So 75 divided by 5 is 15. And that's our solution for x. Okay, so key parts. The sum of all the angles always, always, always must have a sum of 180 degrees. When we're solving for x, or a missing angle, we add the two known angles together. And step 2, we subtract that answer from 180 to find the missing angle. And in the special case, when our missing angle actually has some sort of expression, we set the expression equal to the number we got for our angle measurement, and then solve for x. Okay? That's all there is to it. See you in class.